Okay, so now I want to go ahead and build out the home page and then we'll be done. And while building out the home page, there's two things I want to hit on. First, on the marketing slash growth hacking side, I want to talk to you about something. And then in terms of HTML and CSS, I want to go over different background properties and different things you can do with backgrounds. So to start off, let's just duplicate this about page, just as we've been doing, and make a home page. So let's go ahead and grab all this, copy it, and you know what? For some reason, this is bothering me that about's on that side and blogs on that side, so I'm going to switch them back over. Let's go new file up here in the blog folder, move it over here, paste it, and we're going to save it. Ooh, actually cancel that save. Earlier, if you saw this, I was doing the blog on index. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename index. And we're going to say blog. And now we can save this untitled one as index.html. It's no big deal. You could have named it home.html. It's just common practice for the home page to be index. And then the blog would also obviously be blog. So let's go ahead and make sure all our pages are linked properly. So we have home here. We're on the about.html page. So we have home, or index.html. Say blog.html. We have about.html. All right, cool. So then we'll go to the blog page. We'll say index.html. Blog.html. About.html. And portfolio.html. This is just, tying up loose ends. Save that. What else are we missing? Portfolio page. Index.html. Blog.html. About. All right, so we have portfolio, blog, index, about. All of it's good. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and reload this page. And when we click on home, should see the same thing as about. And all right, so before we do anything, let's talk about marketing or growth hacking, whatever you want to call it. One of the strategies I like to use is when I'm developing something, I like to look at the leaders in that area. So you can start off and you can look. So in terms of developing a blog, some of the top bloggers that I follow that have the biggest audiences is Noah Kagan and Neville Medora and then Andrew Chin. So let's look at these three sites, and these are all their home pages, as you can see. Right there, all their home pages, and what do they have in common? And as I'm looking across them, what I notice is that they all, as soon as you land on their home page, their landing page, they all have an obvious call to action with a form here. Okay, you can see it in all these, and we have that similar on our blog page. Oh, need to change this. And there's a reason why I haven't updated this index page yet. You'll see in a second in terms of the nav bar. But for now, we'll do it. So you can see here we have this, but what we want to do is we want to put it on our home page. Okay? And what else do they have? They also, if you look across them, each have a clear, like, what are you going to get if you sign up for this newsletter, if you sign up for my blog? So get my newsletter for Andrew Chin. You're going to get long-form essays on what's going on in Silicon Valley. and the topics are going to range from mobile product design to fundraising to growth hacking. Neville, you're going to get copywriting hacks, business ideas, and stuff that gives you a competitive advantage over others every week. Now, Kagan, this is probably the clearest one. Get access to 85% of my best business hacks. You'll learn exactly how I started 2 multi-million-dollar businesses, grew yada, yada, yada. So you see the trend here. Each of them have a form with a way to join their newsletter and with a clear call to action right here. And they tell you what you're going to get from it. So let's create something similar to that. And we will get to the HTML, CS, and CSS here in a second. I just wanted to show you exactly how I decide, some of the ways I decide how to build sites that I work on. So I see what the others are doing that are, industry experts, and I take, hints from them basically. And we're not going to have a nav bar on this homepage, just as, they don't really, other than Neville. None of these guys do either. All right, so, and we can keep this real simple. Let's just say something like, I send out learning hacks, business tips, and all things cool and valuable. That's not important right now. You can work on that for your site. I just want to get this up here so I can talk about the background properties. Then also, what we're going to do is we're going to go back. I can reload this. We're going to go back and we need to put in a form here. So we've already done that on our, let's copy this, on our blog page. So go over here to our blog. And remember this form here. So let's go over here to the blog page. And let's copy this form. So go ahead and copy it. Go back to your home page. Oh, don't reload that page. All right, cool. However, I want to move this so they're on the same line here. So what we're going to do is, remember we talked about nested columns before. So we're going to do it again. So I probably want this enter email to be about, 3/4 of this. So right now we already have these two columns right here. So we have order pixel solid. So we have that div. We have that div. All right, so see, we have these columns nested within inside these columns, and now we are going to nest these two columns within this one here. So remember how to do that. What we do is we do div class row. And actually, I'm sorry, cut that. We want it to be right here for this form. So div class row. And then we want div. Actually, we want the whole form to be the row, so we can put that there. We want this form group right here to be div class column. Let's do small 9 for now because we want it to be 3/4 the width. All right, and we're gonna push this in or indent this div, and then div class column small 3. Because this is all the submit button here. So we want to push that in. And then we need to end. That form can go in. We need to end this row. And actually, let's go ahead and push all of this in. Very nice. So we have this 3/4 and we have this 1/4. So just to give you a little showing on the nested columns, as before, we have the about, border 1px solid. We have this solid blue. So we have that nested. So we have these two nested within that main one. All right, now we have another row with these bad boys. Nested inside this one. So see, we have these two nested inside the big one and these nested inside this one. You can use these nesting of columns to create like a, different types of layouts of any type you want. So we got that done. What I'm going to do is give this I'm going to give this, or we're going to change that join for free to say, we'll just say join the fun. And all the functionalities are, we've already put into this, so we don't have to worry about last time, when we changed all this. It's the same form. We just want people to sign up for our blog so that we can keep in touch with them. So all that functionality is put in. If we wanted to, we could give this a little bit of about. Doesn't have any crazy styling here, but I would like to give this row here. I'm gonna change this about to home, and I think there was some. Let's see what came with about over here. So if we reload this page, yeah, it looks a little different, but I do like the bold in this black. So for now, we'll leave that there, and let's go over here and change this. Actually, no, we've already changed tone. I'm sorry. Go over here, and what we'll do is we'll just add home img because I like the border radius of the image. Boom. And I see that I've not been putting, and this is for Mozilla, and this is for other browsers. And let's make sure, let's do Control F and make sure that I didn't forget this in any other spots. So I did. So I'm just going through here with Control F and finding where I didn't put these border radiuses, and with the fixes for Mozilla and other browsers here. So Control F again, enter to look. There's another border radius. And that way we don't have to worry about it possibly not showing the same across browsers. So we're good with that. Border radius, that was just a quick little intervention. And now let's go over here and reload the page. And everything looks good, and we're set. Next, we will work on this top section and give it a background and talk about background, the background property, its different properties and attributes.